hours, or Google laptops, and I can't use StreamYard. And now on my newer laptop, it's making me sign into everything, and it's not accepting passwords. I've tried using my phone to get back on, like sign in and everything. It's not working. So I'm just gonna wing it off no reconnecting. Come on, where's my live chat? Sharina, hi. Okay, so I'll go through the spiel again because people are here now. So I can't use StreamYard on my Windows 7. It won't let me use it anymore. I can't share anything. I can use StreamYard, but I can't share anything. I can't pull up tabs or show anything. So that's that. Sign in to anything. Not to Google, not to YouTube. I can get on Facebook, but I can't get into any of my emails. It's ridiculous. It's just driving me nuts. What tabs even? I had to download Brave all over and use my notes, videos last night, and research. I know. Hey, Watt Life, how you doing? Okay, so telling me you're gonna send me a nuke in 48 hours. Anyhow, let's get to this. So, a bunch of notes that I wrote down, and that's what I'm gonna have to go. So the confirmation hearings are still going on, and Robert Jr. RFK, Robert RFK Jr. Has not been confirmed yet. Jr. Has not been confirmed yet. Two people of his team, two people that he chose, run the Vaccine Safety Board, and Aaron. I looked them up because I can't look anything up on my because both computers are froze. And but anyways, those two have been kicked up, and Kamala, all the money that the government is broke, the country. So wait for it. That's coming. On stage with him was a whole bunch of tech people when he got annoyed. And we have. Remember the movie? Do you remember the TV series? You remember that? I do. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it. I didn't mind the series either. It was entertainment until it wasn't. So now there's a big mRNA vaccine initiative, Stargate, with Sam Altman, OpenAI, Larry Ellis, Oracle, Mashiko Son, SoftBank, and Bill Gates. Yeah, Bill. You remember Bill, the one who's trying to kill everybody? That one? Okay, we're just on there live and they were cutting out too. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So it's yeah, not everybody has been confirmed yet. I don't think unless it happened today and I haven't seen it yet. Pam Bondi hasn't been confirmed yet. There's a few others. Anyway, Pippin to go, please shout out. What's that? Luke Toth. Lots of it is coming into fruition. And again, I can't pull these things up and show them. But okay, so you're aware what technocracy is, right? And it's been around since the Rockefellers and others for well over 150 years. once the industrial age got going and electricity and communications and Tesla towers and all kinds of shit. Now there's stuff out saying, oh, you know, this Tesla the genius and yada yada. And oh man, Adam Schiff is blocking Bondi. There you go. Yeah, because she's got everything on him. Okay. So yeah, that's going on. They can play their little games. So we got a whole bunch of shit happening. So you know what the CFR is down in the States, right? Up here, it's the Canadian Finals Rodeo in Canada. The CFR is the Canadian Finals Rodeo. It's in Edmonton every year. We get the green asshole protesters and PETA and all that, and we kick their ass and send them packing. Down in the States, the CFR is the Council on Foreign Relations. Yes. Edwin, what did you say? Evening, who survived 3 or 4 day polar vortex? Way colder, lasting in the past. Actually, okay, so we're just looking outside. So we had some minus 27 Celsius here, plus wind chill a few nights ago, and then we had 110 kilometer an hour winds. So that's almost 70 miles an hour. So the wind chill was like minus stupid. Today, it was around 0, but we had, what was it, 35, 40 kilometer an hour winds?
Yeah.
And blowing snow, because it was snowing at the same time. So it was minus 13 with the wind chill. And cold is stupid. Anyways, okay, so the Council on Foreign Relations. You know about the Club of Rome, the Knights of Malta, and the Knights of the Golden Dawn. The Golden Age we're in, Knights of the Golden Dawn. Can't pull anything up. Can't get into it. Wanted to show tabs and go through it with everybody. Can't do that. I'm just going to see if I can use a different browser. It won't let me use Brave.
Oh, forget.
And it won't let me use Edge. See if I have, I can't remember if I have Chrome on here or not. Hang on. It's probably going to come up with the same shit and tell me I can't use it. All right. Let's see. I'll try Chrome. I will try Chrome. And Creighton, hello. Sort of a hurricane hitting Ireland tonight. 100 to 120 mile an hour winds. Holy shit. Wow. Tom Amasto, hello. Okay, well, Ann Creighton, prayers for you and everybody there. That kind of wind will do damage. That's, you know that, we know that. So stay safe, buckle up. I hope everybody's going to be okay. Oh, well, I have to download Chrome. It keeps telling me to try. Okay, so finally I get to say to Ann Creighton, and yeah, Stella's out having a smoke. Her phone is plugged in so it can charge. That's the other thing. Our phones, the batteries, it's like zip, and they're done. Yep. Like you do anything on these things.
Goodbye.
And it's your toast. In fact, saying that, honey, can you bring me that blue cord since I'm sitting here, please? Yeah. I need the plug-in too. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't want it to die just because of that. New Nostradamus, hello. Oh, shit. Okay. No, I forgot my notes.
Oh, okay.
We'll have to unplug this lamp. Oh, yeah, I just walked into the...
Actually, can we... Actually, yeah.
I just walked into the living room and it did the spinny again, so... Okay, so there's a lot to go over here, folks. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, for the jiggly. Plugging it in. Right
okay. There, now I'm plugged in. Okay.
Hi, folks.
Did you just ask Stella to bring you a blue chew? No, it was a blue cord so I could plug in so my battery doesn't die.
I could try, but I can't find it.
Organized like usual. Well, T-Saw, if you missed it, both of my laptops have been hit again.
Yep.
I can't use StreamYard. I can use StreamYard on the one laptop, but I can't share screen. On the other laptop, I have to sign into all my browsers, all my emails, Google, everything. And now I tried signing in twice using the phone and my email because I was using the email on the phone. And Google said, oh, no, too many tries. We're going to get back to you in 48 hours. Luckily, on my phone, it's a different account. It's a different email, and I'm linked into my YouTube, so I can do this. I did that on purpose when I got this new phone. Anyways, yeah, so...
Get to the nitty-gritty.
Devices with non-removable batteries are what we call built-in obsolescence. Yeah, yep. Okay, so like I said, so we've got Trump, Trudeau, Treachery. Did I put Treason in the title? I can't remember. And ScrewTube.
Yeah, ScrewTube.
Okay, we're talking about RFK, and he's not confirmed yet. And two very important people have been kicked off the board that he's trying to set up. That wouldn't have been him that did it. Somebody else did it. We're trying to figure out who.
RFK's side of things. RFK's choosing, right?
Well, he chose them.
Yeah.
But I don't think he would have kicked them off.
No, it's somebody that
Somebody else
find out.
did this.
Yeah.
Hey, Silver Girl.
Hi, Silver Girl.
Okay, somebody said South Valley, Vato, they're walking around my apartments trying to deport me, so I'm hiding.
Oh.
Okay, so you're in the United States of America somewhere, and you got through the border, did you? Like everybody's talking about? You can explain yourself if you want. Talk with people in chat. And so if there's a reason for deportation, well... Because again, that's a big issue right now. Of course, it's the main issue, one of the main issues of the election.
If anything, they're just going to screen you.
Deanna from Upper Peninsula, Michigan. James Richardson, hello. Grace and Grit, hola. Little Grace Sells is here, howdy. And again, on my phone, I can't do anything about wrenches, folks. So, okay, so I'm just going to get back into it. I've already wasted 18 minutes. And I've already said all the things I probably shouldn't have said, like the Council on Foreign Relations, the Club of Rome, the Knights of Malta, and the Knights of the Golden Dawn. And now we're in the new Golden Age. And it's not God's Golden Age, it's Trump's Golden Age. And again, folks, I'm pro-Trump, but... and I'm pro-Polyev as far as I can be. But you have to be discerning. You have to look at everything. He made a lot of moves in the first thing with warp speed and all these other things and the vaccines and a bunch of other stuff. And now he's jumping through the gate with Elon Musk in tow and all these other tech giants. And now Stargate. Just a couple of days, we've got Stargate now. This mRNA vaccine initiative through AI.
That cures cancer?
Yeah, it's going to cure cancer. Remember the movie with Will Smith where they cured cancer and then everybody died of some other zombie plague? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I think.
How about all the people that have had the jab from the last one and they turn up the 5G here in a little while and put the 2 other frequencies into it, and then what happens then?
I think Trump's being played again.
Yeah, could be. I mean, again, Stargate. I mean, Sam Altman, OpenAI, Larry Ellis from Oracle. Oracle goes back a long, long ways. I mean, we were using that in the military.
And the WEF is excited to have Trump doing this.
The WEF.
The WEF of all people.
Yeah.
Right? You got to think, guys. You got to really think.
You got to. we have to be cautious, cautiously optimistic, but cautious. Here's the other thing. So if you know who Barry Cunningham is on YouTube, he's got a fairly large channel. Stella's a huge fan of his. She goes there a lot. She comments all the time. I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard her watching.
Huge just moved down to, yeah, he's okay.
So she was on his channel today, and she put in the comments, what was it?
My concerns about the Stargate, I said no Stargate. Say no to Stargate.
Yeah, and Barry Cunningham himself timed her out. And, you know.
Well, where's the trials for this vaccine?
Where's the trials for the vaccine? Where's the trials we've been supposed to having for 10 years now?
Right.
Okay.
Where's the proof that this is going to cure cancer?
No, yeah, exactly. Like it's the same thing all over again. What the hell's going on here? Okay. They're going to flash all this shit in, and Bill Gates is involved in this. Redacted covered it, that Bill Gates had a meeting with Trump, like, really recently. Mad Chat is here. Hello, Point Fire 2. Good.
It's getting worrisome, folks.
It's getting very worrisome. We got our problems in Canada with Trudeau, he didn't resign yet. He announced that he's going to once they have a leader. He prorogued Parliament. That's in court. It's just a mess up here. The floor crossing traitor who we're stuck with in Alberta, Danielle Smith, is everybody's hero now. Gumpy in Ontario, Doug Ford, is the leader of the First Ministers, and he's just being stupid. Trump has come out and announced that the tariffs in Canada and Mexico have nothing to do with trade. They have everything to do with the border and fentanyl, etc., and gangs and all that.
That's great.
So now, now our premier, the floor crossing traitor who snuck her way back in again, Danielle Smith, has started up a kind of a new police force. It's basically a branch of the Alberta Sheriffs, really, when you get down to it. But it's a border thing. She announced it and haven't heard anything more. And I haven't seen anything, for applications or mandates or anything else other than what was on the Alberta website the day of the announcement.
And another thing too, is this JFK file showing a distraction maybe?
Well, okay, the JFK file, the RFK file, and the Martin Luther King Jr. file, they announced that it's going to be the remainder of what's left, because again, the deep state's gone in and just trashed it. Trudeau has trashed, and goes back further than Trudeau even. It goes back to his dad and even when Mulrooney was in the 80s. So this is something else I need to go through, folks. And again, Mad Chad, I sent you that link.
Yeah.
I sent you that link today about foreign interference, a video done by a Canadian channel. Yeah. And I was going to show that, and I've got his permission to use his stuff, but anyways, so we've got, about the Five Eyes, right? So it's the United States, Canada, Great Britain, Australia, and New Zealand. It started with Canada, Britain, and the United States. When they got rid of the OSS and created the CIA, and they created a intelligence service in Canada, was basically in the RCMP. So then Trudeau #1 came along and started, fucking with everything, wrecking everything, causing shit. Look, there's proof. If look up the FLQ crisis, and there's a bunch of other bombings that happened in Canada in the 60s. Trudeau, the first Trudeau, is connected to all of it. And then again, they poised him, put him in place, and made him the prime minister. and then he started going at us. Diefenbaker started this. Diefenbaker was a conservative government. He was a conservative prime minister. The first thing he did was cancel the Avro Arrow. Hundreds of millions of dollars were spent on this, and it was going to launch aerospace industry in Canada. Other countries wanted the planes, wanted the engines, wanted the missiles. I mean, they had new electronics. They had, you name it. They went as far as to destroy everything, destroy the blueprints, destroy the machinery. Again, we've been screaming about it ever since, but, you know. Oh, but the sixth eye. Yeah, the I and the is and the ray and the all. Yeah. Sixth eye. Yeah. Seamus, I think I sent that link to you. So if you can use, if one of you guys can use the wrench to put that in chat. I can't do it while I'm on here. I don't know how to add things while I'm doing this on my phone. I've never looked up how to do anything, so I'm not going to try because I'll just fuck everything up. It's bad enough with all the spinny going on and everything else. And the fact that my two laptops have been hit again and they're completely screwed and I can't use them. So, in 1981, shortly after Trudeau went over to Queen Elizabeth and got the corporate document, which is supposed to be our Constitution, which isn't, the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, they went after the intelligence service and came out that it was so bad and, you know, there was corruption and all kinds of shit going on. They had to take it away from the RCMP and create a new service, which was there the whole time. Okay. The Canadian Security and Intelligence Service, CSIS. And so they did that, but it never separated from the RCMP. And today, it still hasn't, okay? If you think it has, they make it look like it has, but it hasn't. So there is a CSIS, which is a separate agency and yada, yada, yada. It's all, I know this. I was there. It's all connected to the RCMP. When I got in 1986, that was all part of it, okay? It was all there. It was all the same thing. It's never changed. And the RCMP and CSIS, along with the CIA and MI6 and blah, 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 Mossad, etc., on and on and on, every time there's a movement to try and get freedom or do anything, it's infiltrated. And just like the trucker convoy, everybody talks about the trucker convoy up here in Canada. Well, it was started by a bunch of, what are you doing?
Just
okay. It was basically started by a bunch of operatives. Okay, and this whole, Pat King is going through the whole world of hurt. They're treating him worse than J6, just like the guys at Coots and everything else. And Tamara Litch and James Barber, or whatever his name is, are, you know, getting happy, joy news. And where's BJ Dichter? Well, I'll tell you where BJ Dichter is. All that money that was donated, he's got it in his account, except for the stuff that was funneled back to Trudeau and a few other people. But he's got millions of dollars, and he's in Costa Rica living it up, and has been ever since, writing books and still running his website. Yeah, he's not a trucker. BJ Dichter is not a trucker. Never was. That was just a complete lie, that whole thing on Tucker. That's when I seen him talking about using a CB radio. Really? In Canada. CB radio in Canada. Wow. Oh, okay. You and 3 other guys? So, after Trudeau got elected in 2015 and started pushing the Muslim thing, and boy, oh boy, and other shit and Chinese dictatorship and happiness and all that. Yeah, it's really bad. I know the feed's really bad. Yeah. So a movement started in Canada, started in Alberta, and spread throughout Canada. But it was the three presenters, bringing the three presenter ideas, and everything up into Canada. So because before that, I'm an oath keeper, and I am a three presenter in the States, and have been for a very long time, because I served, right? We get included in things. So I went and checked it out. Spent a few months there. They moved me up to be sergeant at arms without even asking. It's like, oh, we want you to be a sergeant at arms. They were running it like a biker gang. There's all kinds of just red flags everywhere. And I started looking people up, and all the people that were at the top of this thing were all RCMP and CSIS informants. And then they tried sticking an undercover cop on me, which was hilarious. And they tried using my connection to General Rick Hillier, which was really hilarious. And I exposed the whole fucking thing, and now I'm public enemy number one with half the people that were there, even though I saved their ass, because they were doing really hinky shit. I mean, they were having people go out to farms and having range days at a guy's farm with like restricted weapons and all. I'm filming it and putting it on Facebook, and yeah, stupid shit. And people were just eating it up, and I'm like, whoa. So I took part in all of it, and did that to get it exposed. Well, that was just one thing. Another one started up in 2016, and it was they went after the three presenters like we were terrorists. That was the whole game. Okay, that's the same thing with the trucker convoy. That's the same thing with the Proud Boys. Well, not the same thing with the Proud Boys. Proud Boys a different thing altogether, but it got infiltrated, it got fucked up, and they got what they wanted out of it. The whole Diagolon thing was a bunch of guys on a live stream joking and having a good time, just like the Plaid Army. In fact, that's how the Proud Boys started. Literally, there was 12 of us on a live stream with Gavin, and on Facebook. That was 2017. Gavin McGinnis, and there was a bunch of us. He was having his live stream, and there was a bunch of us that would go there, and he was smoking a cigar and having a drink, and so everybody in the chat, we all did the same thing. We got our cigars out and got our drinks out, and somebody said, "Oh, don't we look like a bunch of Proud Boys?" And boom, it took off. And the next thing you know, Gavin's like, "I like that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to start up a new page, a new group called the Proud Boys." I was one of the first 12 in there because there was 12 of us with him, and and then it went from there. And then it got infiltrated and it got fucked up. And then his connection to the Rebel and his shows, and they went after him. He got attacked the night of the first Trump inauguration and got into a fight outside a bar in Washington, D.C. It was all a setup. And then there was a bunch of other shit that happened. This is what they do, okay? Again, things go back to Majestic 12 and Q and all that. And that started after JFK got assassinated.
Tioga Flong Fag.
Yeah, they're obvious, yeah. Well, again, I mean, a couple of them have been exposed too. That's just the way it is. So there's a think tank that's been around in Canada since 2006. I've known about this for a while. There's a few think tanks, but this one's coming up again, and there's more about it coming out. And there's another video, which again I wanted to share today. I think I sent it to Mad Chad. I don't think I sent it to Seamus yet. And Can't remember the name of the channel off the top of my head because I was just going to pull it up. I'll do a post and put all this out. Anyways, there's a think tank in Canada that's been around since 2006 called Canada 2020. No word of a lie. And one of their first initiatives was to start grooming Justin Trudeau further from, because he was still a dipshit hippie back then. And this is when he was going through all the crap with where he was teaching and what happened there. And his brother, dying in an avalanche and the body never being found in a lake that people go diving in all the time. Anyway, that's when they started really pushing him and teaching him and putting stuff through. Because remember, he's one of the elites. Okay? But he still needs handlers. So that's when that all started. And they're still around. They're still doing their thing. Gerald Butts is a big one in there. And Mark Carney and Mark Carney's wife. And if you think anything's going to change, and if you think that Poilievre's going to win the next election in Canada, well, we'll see. They still have the voting machines, the two companies. We all know about Dominion. I'm trying to remember the other one starts with a V. And they have loaded ballot boxes. And they've done that for 100 years, loading ballot boxes. You go in, you put your vote in the box. They put it, and when they're full, they put the box under the table. They put a new one up top. At the end of the night, they kick everybody out. They throw those ones away. They bring in the ones they want, and they count those votes. It's been going on forever. And now we're in the middle of this technocracy movement under Trump. A couple of days into his new term, and, we've got Stargate. What the fuck? Yeah. mRNA vaccines. Again. Is there a pandemic? Is there one on right now? I know they've said there's going to be one. Why are they doing this? Now, a lot of these AI initiatives, I'm thinking, my theory is that they're trying to get a hold of it and be able to control it and not let it take off. But it's not looking that way. It's not looking that way. And I would like to find out more about Stephanie Spear and Aaron Fury that got kicked off the Vaccine Safety Board that RFK Jr. is trying to put together. The day before Trump signs the orders that he did today to release all the remaining files. Remember, it's the remaining files on JFK, RFK, and MLK. Just a few coincidences there. Okay, what's this?
That's from the Google thing. I looked up Stargate, what its mission is and stuff.
Ah, okay, so she's got a screenshot here. I'm going to read it. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, fuck off. Let me read the damn thing. Just let go, honey.
I know, but it's not, it's a
yes, I know. I got it. I can't let go once I reduce it. I got it. Okay. So, this also builds on the existing OpenAI partnership with Microsoft. OpenAI is a company. That's Sam Altman, and he did a speech with Trump, apparently. He stood on stage with him. Got a bad feeling about this. RFK will walk away. He's no fool. Well, again, that could happen.
Yeah.
Okay?
There's a good chance that'll happen, yeah.
Right? So, OpenAI will continue to increase its consumption of Azure. Oh, really? That one again. Okay. Again, Azure, A-Z-U-R-E. Look that one up, folks. As OpenAI continues its work with Microsoft with its additional compute to train leading models and deliver great products and services. So they're compute to train, okay. What was the saying Fauci had? with all the shit he was doing in Wuhan and in his universities.
Gain of function.
Gain of function, same kind of wording, same kind of thing. Compute to train, okay?
15-minute city jobs.
Yeah, okay. All of us look forward to continuing to build and develop AI and in particular AGI for the benefit of all of humanity. We believe that this new step is critical and will enable creative people to figure out how to use AI to elevate humanity. We want to connect with firms across the built data center infrastructure landscape. So that's the stuff that's already there.
Yes.
All the big companies that already have stuff out there, I'll repeat that.
It's already being built in Texas
And Alberta.
and Alberta.
We want to connect with firms. That would be OpenAI, Oracle, SoftBank, Gavi, Azure. There's a bunch of others. Across the built data center infrastructure landscape, from power and land to construction to equipment and everything else needed.
Electricity, anyone?
Well, because they have to build up the power grid to make all this work. So we got issue. Now watch the water. Okay, there's a big thing going on here in Alberta. Okay, and I just found out something about the place I work at today, which I'm researching before I talk about it. But I think I made a connection. Anyway, watch the water. Well, we got all kinds of shit happening in Alberta with water, with windmills, with data centers, and that's mostly down south, but in southern Alberta. But it's spreading throughout. And now Kevin O'Leary is building a $70 billion complex not far from Grand Prairie, Alberta. They're going to build on a river where they can build a dam and have water power to do electricity. So they have their own electricity.
Yeah. Segregated electricity.
And then they're building a huge AI data center. The other thing that's not far from me, and this started with Redford, Premier Redford, one of the biggest crooks we've ever had. Again, another liberal that couldn't get voted in as a liberal.
Allison. Yeah.
Allison Redford, she's from Calgary. She couldn't get voted in as a liberal, so she joined the Conservative Party, and 2 years later they made her the premier. And then she just went to work. Yeah. Holy. Oh, and speak of watch the water, under her watch was when, surprise, surprise, Calgary and High River flooded. Because the dam let go. No, these things are just a coincidence, folks.
That doesn't happen.
I wonder if that dam has anything to do with all these data centers I'm talking about. Because they had to upgrade the dam. Had to spend billions. Bill Gates. And again, I remember when this was being built because it was either my first channel, Rage in the Cage, or my second channel, Mr. Cageko the Prepper. But it's when I was big, I think it was Mr. Cageko the Prepper. I had a pretty good following on Facebook and a pretty good following on Twitter. And I was getting one on YouTube before they took the channel down. Yeah. But again, I was doing shows. And I've got that show on my channel. You can still find it. Is Your City a FEMA Camp? I did that in Calgary in Canada Day 2016. But because I was looking into all this shit and everything that was going on, and so while I was doing that, some friends of mine who ex-mill guys, one of the guys was on the teams, but he was on a different team, and he said, hey, he sent me pictures. He's like, what's this? What's going on here? And it was our military helicopters, and they were moving prefabbed walls. Now, there was also sky crane helicopters, which if you know what a sky crane is, okay? And they were moving walls. Now, at that time, there was also a picture of a Chinook. which is the big helicopter with the twin rotors, right? It's got a rotor at the front and a rotor at the back, blah, blah, blah. It can lift them just a monster amount. At that time, we didn't have Chinooks anymore. We've got them again now, but they went away for a while, and then the Americans sold us a bunch of other ones. So we've got them again. But at that time, we didn't have them. So that would have been either a private bird, which there's only 3 Chinooks in the entire planet. Okay. Now, our search and rescue people have Chinooks, but they're yellow. This was green. So at that time, it had to have been USA. So it had to have been an American bird. But here's what I found out about everything when I went looking. Military helicopters were moving prefabbed walls near Water Valley, Alberta, to build Bill Gates' compound. He bought a bunch of land. It's unfarmable, unranchable, sort of. You can graze there, which is what I'm looking into now. And yeah, it's kind of interesting that military helicopters were moving prefabbed walls for Bill Gates in 2013 or 14. I think it was 2014. Just the floods were 2012. 2013 in Calgary. So it was the year after. And that's when they were rebuilding the dam and putting the billions into it. And, well, there's stuff going on there again. And now Bill Gates is hooked up with Trump. I thought Bill Gates was going to jail. Didn't we all?
Trump saved him for a reason.
Something's going on.
For a reason.
So there's several ways you can look at this. So being optimistic. Is Trump bringing all these people into his inner circle, starting all this shit so he can get them? 2, on the optimistic side, point 2, are they, now this is my first thought, is that this is why Tulsi Gabbard changed her whole view on FISA, is they're going to use the tools that the deep state put in place against them. Okay, now let's go to the pessimistic side. Trump's being played, or Trump isn't all that good in the first place. Or it's a combination of optimistic and pessimistic, which is still not good. And again, I don't know where to go with this. It's
up in the air right now.
It's all up in the air right now. I've been 50-50 on Elon. I'm 50-50 on Polyev. I've been forced to be 50-50 on Trump ever since warp speed and everything that happened during the first pandemic.
Well, I knew his reason for the first one, but this one, I can't forgive this one.
Well, we don't even have a damned problem right now.
There's no trial.
And they're no trials that we know of, and they're talking about curing cancer. Now, maybe the trials are coming. I guess we have to read all the literature and look into this. But folks, you got it. You people in the States, we can't do fuck all in Canada. But you folks in the States, and I know most of my viewers are in the United States. The second amount of viewers is in Russia. The third amount is Europe and Australia, and then Canada. I have the least amount of viewers from Canada, believe it or not.
And I know they're not mandating it. They're saying, probably it'll be your choice. They're not saying that, but Barry Cunningham did.
Well, okay, but again, Barry Cunningham.
But then he timed me out.
So again, he timed. Again, Barry Cunningham, big channel. Stella's been following for a long time. She's been in his chat a lot. He knows who she is. Well, she's a regular. And she had a critical point to make, and he timed her out. He timed her out, not a mod. He did.
Yep, the owner of this channel has timed you out.
Yeah. So I got to be digging into this, but now I got to get my laptops redone again. And I don't have my desktop with me, but again, when all my computers got hit back at the farm at the last place, I haven't been able to use the desktop for months, so I have to get a new hard drive for it and start all over again, which is what I'm going to have to do. And when I can afford it, again, it's another $1,000. Well, it's more than that. It's $1,000 American. I don't even know what it is Canadian, but the Freedom phone, I can't even, Eric Prince. Okay, the phone that Eric Prince, who the Blackwater guy, has put out. The fully secure thing. I'm gonna have to get that, and throw this thing away, and then get new computers and open them up with that phone and not be connected to anything. And not use. Well, I'll have to use Google to use YouTube, so I'll have to figure out how I can do that. Maybe I'll have to keep this phone just to do YouTube with, I guess. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. But folks, we've got to be discerning, and we've got to be really careful about what's going on and what we're following. And the thing is too, and again, I'm going to say it, and this is one thing that Barry got pissed off at Stella for, is no idols, no false idols. Well, Trump, right, has been for a long time on our side, and I was guilty a little bit of this, and I was guilty a little bit with Q because of my involvement with Q, but kind of a fanboy, and just like a hockey team or a football team or a favorite singer or actor or, that kind of, and I've gotten away from it over the years. I like to watch a hockey game all the time, once in a while. It's once in a while. I don't follow them anymore. I still cheer for my team when I watch, but it's a lot of the luster has gone away a long time ago. A de-Googled phone. Yep, it is. Somebody in here is going to have the link for it, for the Eric Prince phone. The Myth is Canada recommended it. Yeah, watch that. But again, okay, I dug into Doug too. I met Doug a few times. He was part of the assholes that gave me problems in Saskatchewan. So, again, you got to watch everybody. I think Doug's protecting himself. He wants, everybody was trying to jump on his bandwagon and blah, blah, blah. And the people I was around, a couple of them were. It's one thing to be involved. It's another thing to try and actually jump to the top. So he was dealing with a lot of that. But at the same time, there was flags. Yeah, my year in Saskatchewan, another year I'll never get back. Anyway, Christopher James, Warrior Calls. Yes, that's another good one. Susie, put that link in. Excellent interview, an ex-Marine. Yeah, okay, so Christopher James, yes. And again, I haven't talked to him for a long time. In fact, the last time I talked to him, I was in Saskatchewan. But I was chatting with him before COVID because we got him involved with we were having some problems with Veterans Affairs and different things like this, and then again, he knew people when Wuhan military games happened and all the soldiers started coming back sick, back to Canada and the States and everywhere else. This is how COVID started. Oh, coronavirus. Sorry. It was coronavirus. And we're all like, that's a common cold. Yeah. Anyway. Well, dividing and conquering. They've been doing that forever. And yeah, that's what's going on here. Canada's never been free. Okay, I don't know which one that is, Carly, but yes, thank you for that. I will look it up later. But no, we haven't. If you're talking, the myth of Canada digs into the Statute of Westminster and everything else. Queen Victoria made all the provinces of all the Commonwealth countries separate countries before she died. They didn't honor it. They didn't put in the place the monarch she wanted to replace her, and we've got what we've got now. And that's when the Privy Councils came in and all this shit, and yeah, 1931 and 1935, all the provinces of, well, Canada was one, all the islands in the Bahamas, all the provinces of Australia, all the provinces of South Africa, because she had a deal with the Dutch. Remember, South Africa has always been Dutch and English, a little bit French, in who's in charge down there. But again, she made a deal that never went through. But yeah, Alberta, BC, Saskatchewan, etc., all the way through. What is it? New South Wales and I can't remember the other ones in Australia. All supposed to be separate countries. Because she wrote in her thing how vast they are and how populous they could be and the riches of each and how they could have their own, be their own country and be strong and create a larger, better Commonwealth. Yeah.
The NDS show, that's another one.
NDS show, yeah, I'm not sure about that one.
NDS.
NDS? Okay, I don't know.
9/11 was a dress rehearsal for what comes next.
Well, okay, actually, Oklahoma City was a dress rehearsal for 9/11.
Right.
And again, I covered that to death on the first channel, and another reason I got taken down. But when that happened, we knew it was hinky. When Oklahoma City happened, we know that was whoa, what's going on here? No way, like again. And then we know now as well that the USS Cole was a false flag. They wanted that to be just like the one in Vietnam. What started the Vietnam War? Well, the police action. Doug Force, take on the Constitutional Convention. Met him over the summer. Doug, please govern me harder. We're all men and women. We hold the power. Yeah. Again, yeah, Doug Force, yeah. Professor Falkenhauser. Was I MK Ultra'd? I don't know. I think so. I've got 3 fucking chips in my head and 4 in my teeth. I didn't remember most of my first years of service until I got clunked in the head later in my life. It wasn't until I got shot in the head that I started remembering shit from before. And then I had my second stroke in 2003, and then the flood opened up, the gates opened up. I mean, I know that I'm a targeted individual. I know that I'm part of that program. That I found out in 2016 about all that shit. My family was involved in it, which is why I haven't talked to them since. As far as MK Ultra, it's had a bunch of different names, but it's never gone away. They've added so many different ones to it over the years. But I know I was a targeted individual. I know I was fucked with. Even my years of service, even when I was in service, they were messing with me. I mean, I could never figure out how I could be special forces and drug intervention teams and tactical teams and all this shit, and my career's still going to shit, and pay was fucked with, still don't have a pension, yada yada. As far as the rest of it, well, again, I know I have these, and there's other ones in my body too. There's one beside my heart. There's one in my hip. There's one in my groin. There's one in my back. All these were found when I was doing my cancer stuff, 2016 and 17. All of it. 2016 was, yeah, one of the busiest years of my life. One of the most wide open years of my life. Mm. And it wasn't long after that I started watching a little guy named Little Gray Cells.
Yeah.
And then we met in 2020. Actually started talking and chatting through Steve. I actually talked to Steve a while ago. I got to talk to him again like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right.
I sent these links to him. But yeah, I got it. We've hit the hour mark. So I'm going to stay true to my rule to cut it off around the hour mark. But yeah, folks,
Stay vigilant.
you got to look into everything. And you folks in the States have to get on your representatives. And you have to make sure you find out what the hell is going on and what all these things are.
Demand the data.
Yeah, demand everything. Get on it. You have to do it. You folks in the States have to do it. You folks in Romania have to keep fighting to get an election and get it right. They've screwed you, okay? And they're calling him the Trump of, and they're saying, oh, he's going to follow everything Trump does and blah, blah, blah. Go watch the interview on Sean Ryan's show, okay? Go watch the interview with Georgescu on Sean Ryan's show. And read it all for yourself. Germany's elections, Britain is, again, they've canceled all elections in Britain now. And that should, you in Northern Ireland, that should affect you as well. And here in Canada, we are in limbo. And we're going to be in limbo. And I predict they are not going to call an election till the fall.
Yeah.
And when they do, nothing's going to change.
That's right.
They're going to screw us. Just what I see happening. And or what's going to happen is something's going to happen to Polyev, and the floor crossing trader, Danielle Smith, who we know is a globalist, she is going to, because they're making her the hero right now, aren't they? Aren't they making her the hero? Yeah, she can talk to Trump and everything, yeah. Yeah, she'll be our prime minister.
Yeah.
We'll be conservative. It'll be a majority government. And what'll happen? It'll be worse than it ever has been. So, anyways, folks, I'm going to get it going. Cheers. I don't have a scotch, so I'll cheers you with a coffee. All right. Take care.